Combat Wombat, from 80s cult classic to iconic franchise. The image of Combat Wombat, a muscular, armor-wearing wombat brandishing futuristic weapons amidst a battlefield of chaos, perfectly captures the wild, imaginative spirit that has made this character a cultural icon. Starting as a quirky animated series in the 80s, Combat Wombat has evolved into a beloved multimedia franchise, spanning cartoons, video games, action figures, and now, speculation about a feature film adaptation. Let's dig into the history and future of this unforgettable hero across TV, gaming, toys, and the potential for a big-screen debut. 80s Aussie Kids cartoon. Combat Wombat originated as a 1980s animated series aimed at children, created by an Australian studio looking to capitalize on the growing trend of action-packed Saturday morning cartoons. The series followed Wally Wombat, a seemingly ordinary Australian marsupial, who was transformed into a galaxy-saving warrior after discovering an ancient alien relic buried deep in the outback. What set Combat Wombat apart from its American counterparts was its unique Australian flavour, with episodes featuring iconic Australian landscapes, animals, and humour. The show balanced its over-the-top action with humour and heart, as Wally and his band of allies, like the tech-savvy koala Kala and his sidekick Bandit the kangaroo, took on the sinister, marauding hordes, a group of alien invaders bent on conquering Earth. The show's tagline, "He don't just dig, he destroys," became a memorable catchphrase, reflecting Wally's signature combination of underground wombat powers with futuristic weapons. Despite running for just 3 seasons, Combat Wombat garnered a cult following, particularly in Australia, where it became a symbol of national pride and creative spirit. Video game adaptation. In the early 1990s, as video games surged in popularity, Combat Wombat was adapted into a side-scrolling action game for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Titled Combat Wombat: Galactic Warrior, the game followed Wally through multiple alien worlds as he battled the marauding hordes, defending Earth from impending invasion. Players could switch between a variety of high-tech weapons and special wombat powers, such as Wally's ability to tunnel underground to evade enemies and set ambushes. The game was praised for its challenging gameplay, colorful graphics, and the faithful way it translated the cartoon's fast-paced action to the video game medium. It became a hit, especially in Australia, and remains a beloved retro classic. A high-definition remake was released in 2020 for modern consoles, introducing Wally Wombat's intergalactic escapades to a new generation of gamers. Action figure line. Of course, number 80's cartoon was complete without a line of action figures. The Combat Wombat toy line, produced by an Australian manufacturer, quickly became a must-have for kids. The original figure of Wally Wombat came equipped with removable armor, a plasma blaster, and digging claws, allowing children to recreate Wally's battles from the show. Over the years, the action figure line expanded to include supporting characters like Koala Kala and Bandit the kangaroo, as well as villains like the alien overlord Xirax. The highlight of the toy line was the Combat Wombat Wombat Tank, a vehicle designed to resemble Wally's underground burrowing capabilities, with an added array of heavy weaponry. These figures have since become collector's items, with vintage Combat Wombat toys fetching high prices online. A 2022 re-release of the action figure line brought a wave of nostalgia and introduced new fans to the franchise's unique blend of action and humor. Possible film adaptation. As with many beloved franchises from the 80s and 90s, Combat Wombat has been the subject of speculation regarding a potential film adaptation. With Hollywood's recent surge in nostalgia-driven blockbusters, many believe that Combat Wombat is primed for a cinematic debut. A potential film would likely focus on Wally Wombat's origin story, taking inspiration from the original cartoon. The movie could blend the show's Australian outback setting with high-octane intergalactic action, showing Wally's transformation from an ordinary, burrowing marsupial into Earth's greatest defender. The marauding hordes would be reimagined as menacing alien invaders, with modern CGI bringing the epic space battles and alien worlds to life. Casting for the lead role has led to much fan speculation, with suggestions like Hugh Jackman or Chris Hemsworth to voice Wally, given their Australian roots and experience with action-packed roles. Directors like Taika Waititi, known for his blend of humor and action in films like Thor, Ragnarok, are often mentioned as ideal candidates to helm the project, ensuring that the film maintains the light-hearted, adventurous tone of the original show. The Combat Wombat movie could follow in the footsteps of other successful adaptations like Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, offering a fresh take on the character while paying homage to the classic series. With the right mix of action, humor, and spectacular visuals, a Combat Wombat film has the potential to become a massive hit. Conclusion. From its humble beginnings as an 80s kids cartoon to its status as a cult icon, Combat Wombat has carved out a unique place in the hearts of fans across the globe. The franchise's success across TV, video games, and action figures speaks to its enduring appeal, and the possibility of a film adaptation has fans buzzing with excitement. Whether Wally Wombat is digging his way through alien invaders in a video game or potentially blasting onto the big screen, one thing is for sure: he's here to destroy, on every platform.
Hey there, fantasy and science fiction fan lovers. If you can't get enough of mystical realms, futuristic worlds, and thrilling adventures, then you come to the right place. By subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori, you gain access to an amazing collection of stories that will transport you to realms beyond your imagination. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll never miss out on the latest tales of wizards, time travels, space exploration, and so much more. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the best in fantasy and science fiction storytelling, and we're always adding new and exciting content for you to enjoy. But that's not all. By subscribing, you'll be also becoming part of our incredible community of fellow fantasy and sci-fi enthusiasts. You'll be first to know about the latest content for the channel that you won't find anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? Join us on this epic journey into the unknown by subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori today. Your next thrilling adventure awaits. Right, hit that subscribe button and let the storytelling begin. Thank you for being part of our amazing community. We can't wait to share even more incredible stories with you.